Right, we are here at the Wynn in Las Vegas. We are here to try the buffet. Now, I've already tried the buffet at Caesars, the Bacchanal buffet, and this is kind of the competitor buffet. Those are kind of the two like main buffets in Vegas, Bacchanal, and then the one here at the Wynn. So I'm going to try it and then compare the two, and we'll see which one actually is the best buffet in Vegas. And so here's what it looks like on the inside. This is like the main room right when you enter. They have more of a dining room off to the side by the buffet itself. But as you can see, it is packed, and this is one of the most popular buffets in Vegas. They have just the entire length of this room filled with food, everything you could think of. Here I'm getting some pizza, stromboli. They have a lot of small, I wouldn't say appetizer, they're just small plates over here, which is what I got for my first serving. They have just a ton of stuff here, as you can see. I got some mac and cheese, some grits and short rib, and also a potato gratin with a truffle sauce. And that was pretty much what I got for my first plate here. You guys will see the rest of it in a second. But they have a huge selection. I was really impressed with this. And this is not even like a third of the full buffet. After getting my food, I walked back to our seat, which was in this room that was kind of secluded from the rest of the buffet. It was a really nice seat because it was away from all of the chaos, so we really lucked out with this table. Right, so I have round one here. So I've got a few things that come in these lovely little metal trays. Give you guys an aerial view. I took a picture already. You can't see everything from here, but I'm going to start with something simple. Cheese pizza. I think every buffet needs to have like a good selection of like the basics. This is as basic as you can get. So hopefully, you know, they're able to master it. So it looks like it might have a vodka sauce. It wasn't labeled as vodka, but we'll see. Okay, so the pizza's good. The cheese is really good. Nice texture. It's definitely like wood-fired, but it's not burnt or like crispy. I know a lot of times wood-fired pizza gets really crispy. Okay. Then we have what is a pepperoni and sausage stromboli. I can tell where the meat is, so I'm gonna bite it from this side. Okay, interesting. It also has eggs. Or maybe it was mislabeled. I think what happened is that they were switching from brunch to lunch, and this one already had the lunch label, while it was actually the breakfast item. It is still stromboli. It is good. It's sausage and egg and cheese. So it's not actually the pepperoni sausage one. It's still good. If you're brunch, this is a good breakfast item. As far as lunch, I'm probably not going for that one. I will be finishing this plate, but I'm moving on. Some more items. Here we have beef short ribs. So I'm going to go ahead and give this one a try. Decent texture, decent taste. It needs salt or some sort of flavoring sauce or something. It does come with these tomatoes, and I believe this is grits. We'll find out. Tomatoes are flavorful. They appear to be seasoned with some kind of sauce that they were cooked in. The grits are okay. Grits aren't that flavorful on their own. I think they have some sort of pepper to season it. This, I probably wouldn't get another one, but I mean, the beef short rib is good. I like these portions for a buffet. I like the presentation and I like the portions. We have mac and cheese short ribs. Or, sorry, not short ribs, pork belly. As far as mac and cheese goes, I think I want a sharper cheese. It's very mellow. This almost tastes more like Alfredo than a mac and cheese sauce. You know, it's more mellow, it's more creamy than it is cheesy. So, let me try it with the pork belly though. Pork belly really adds a lot, really elevates it. It's a really good dish. I would just say it's more similar to what I would call an Alfredo than a true mac and cheese. Okay, and then lastly for this round, right, I have potatoes au gratin with a truffle sauce. So let's go ahead and try these out. Definitely a little strong. Definitely tastes of truffle oil. I'm definitely not a fan of this one. This one's the first one that gets a pass from me. I think everything else was super duper good. And here we have an ube coconut drink. So let's give this one a try. Yeah, I definitely taste the ube. It's not too sweet, which I really like. Yeah, this is a good drink. It just comes in a little thing like this. Yeah, this is tasty. Definitely give it a good rating. Next up is the meat section. Here they have a bunch of roast pig in different varieties with some fruit and some vegetables as well. Here I'm getting myself a leg of lamb from the carving station. They also had a rack of lamb as well, but I opted for leg. You can see on there I also have a giant rib on my plate. They had absolutely huge ribs available.
with some roasted veggies along with the meat, which I think pairs very nicely. And then they have different salts and condiments, peppers. And here I believe we have roast birds. I think it is duck and turkey that they had. And then here we have the typical beef cuts like top roast and roast beef.
Now I'm on to round 2. I took a trip to the meat carving station. And so here what I have is leg of lamb. I have roasted zucchini, yellow squash, and some chicharrones. Okay, the leg of lamb, just slightly, just a tiny bit gamey. Other than that, I mean, it's good leg of lamb. I think it's cooked well. They gave me a very nice portion, so I definitely enjoy it. Next up, a chicharron. Nice crunch. It's got a little bit of like tajin or a tajin-like substance on there. Chili lime. These are really nice and airy. I think they would pair very well with a piece of meat. Okay, moving on to our ribs portion. We have both barbecue ribs and Korean barbecue, Kalbi ribs. So I'm gonna go ahead. These, there's no choice but to just go in with the hands. Okay, those are very nice and fatty. Those are really good. Now, as far as the barbecue ribs, this thing is huge. Here's a comparison of that compared to my face. You can see just how large it is. I know perspective like warps that a little bit, but they're extremely huge. Very fatty. Okay, this has like almost no, looks like almost entirely fat rather than meat. But here we go. This rib is excellent. Like this is really good, not tough, not dry. It's almost like fall off the bone. This is a really good rib. This is probably the best thing I've had here so far. Is this rib. The sauce is nice and tangy, and the meat is just perfectly cooked, nice and tender. This is definitely winning it for me. And to pair with it, I got some roasted onions they had there. A little on the more raw side. I think they're grilled, but they still pair very well.
Before we get to the seafood, I thought I would show you guys their Italian section. I didn't get any food from this section, but they had various types of pasta, tomato soup, spaghetti and meatballs, all sorts of Italian food. I don't think they had chicken parm or anything like that, but that was the Italian section. They also had a small Asian section, which had things like dumplings, orange chicken, stir fry, stuff like that. And then they also had a ramen bar, which I also didn't try, but we're about to get to what is, in my opinion, the most exciting part of this buffet and the thing it's most famous for. That is the seafood. This crab boil right here was the thing that I was the most excited for. So we're going to try that in a minute. But they also have different forms of sushi. They have sashimi. They have different types of sushi rolls as well, like the classic kind that you would think of, like California roll. Here I'm grabbing a salmon roll. So a very wide variety of rolls as well. They were putting more out while I was right here. Pickled ginger, wasabi. They have everything that you might need for your sushi. And then next to that, they have the fresh seafood. Here we have some mussels, oysters, crab claws, and shrimp. And on the other side of this, it was very packed to film, but you can see they had lobster claws and crab legs.
All right, I have kind of a lighter, like intermediary plate before I go in for some seafood. I'm gonna go for the seafood boil instead of the fresh seafood. There's a lot of competition to get at that fresh seafood, especially the lobster claws. But there are lobster claws in the seafood boil as well. So I do have some more Asian style seafood here. So here we have, I believe this is a salmon roll, so I'm gonna go for it. This corner right here, that looks like a good corner. Avocado and salmon in one corner. Salmon is such a fatty fish that since this is raw salmon, it kind of blended in with the avocado, like in texture and flavor. I mean, it was pleasant, but I think that's kind of funny, just like a quirk of how salmon works, I guess. But I also have here a tuna sashimi, and I believe it's got sriracha on the top of it there. So let's give this a try. Nice flavorful fatty. That's what I'm looking for. Speaking of nice flavorful fatty and tuna, I also got some poke here. Just like poke with some seaweed and some white rice. Seaweed, both nori and regular seaweed, I guess. Not dried seaweed. It's really good poke. That's got a flavor bomb from the soy. Wow, this is really good. There's some green onion in there, I think, as well. No, it's just regular onion. That's really good. Like, this is a poke that's really well-rounded, really flavorful, sweet, salty, umami. Like, it's probably one of the best things I've had, is this. And then I also have just a regular chicken pot sticker here. If you look at that texture, it looks really crispy, right? It's chewy, and not like, it's like chewy in a bad way. It's more like really al dente. It's not crunchy. So this is actually, I think this is the only actual miss all the food I've had is this chicken dumpling right here. And to wash it all down, I have this mixed fruit drink, which has been a big hit. This is so good. It's definitely got watermelon, I think mango, mint for sure, strawberries. This is really, really good. This is the best drink I've had here. And here I have the seafood boil as well as some crab legs. And what I really like is they come pre-cut in half. This is just very accessible. Like, to me, this is perfect, right? Because the worst part about crab legs is having to open them yourself. This comes already open. So I got 3 like this already open from the fresh seafood. And then I also got some of the seafood boil, which they do serve for you. You kind of don't get to pick. You can kind of tell them what you want. I just said, you know, give me one of everything. But crab legs, like crab is one of my favorite foods. They also have lobster claws, all you can eat, crab claws, all you can eat, as well as fresh shrimp. But for me, nothing is better than this delicate crab meat. I also have some butter here. It's delicious. What? Oh my goodness. I'm a crab fiend. And I have been a crab fiend ever since I was little. Like, this is seriously one of my favorite foods. All you can eat crab legs. Come on. Come on. Okay, that's delicious. Let me put that away. If I start, I don't know if I can stop. So, shrimp. This is a Cajun seafood boil. Shrimp's a little overcooked, but it's got good flavor. To be fair, the seafood boil they have on a rotating hot plate they serve you from. So some stuff is bound to be there a little bit longer than some other pieces. So this is the lobster claw that was from the seafood boil. You can also get these fresh. But this one, I fear I might actually... Oh, never mind. It does also come pre-cracked. Wow. That is how you want it. That is how you want this to come. Let me break off just a little piece here. It'll be uglier when I eat it, but just for this. Okay, so pre-cracking it has 2 benefits. Number 1, it's easier for me. Number 2, all of that flavor gets right in there. This is really good. Like, this is... I'm not the biggest lobster guy. I love crab more than I love lobster. But this lobster is very flavorful. Yeah, so for the seafood boil, I think if you like seafood, like, this is definitely a reason to come. Especially like all you can eat crab legs. Like, come on. So this is definitely a highlight of the buffet. You get a really good value, especially if you go in for those crab legs, lobster claws. But for me, it's the crab legs. So yeah, very good option here.
Saving the best for last, we have the dessert station, which was always the most packed part of the restaurant. Here we have the crepe station, which I would have loved to try a crepe. They had very interesting flavored mousses, but I was a little full and I decided to stick to these little desserts that you can see here. They have a bunch of cakes, pies, mousses in cups. Here we have the gelato wheel, which had really interesting flavors as well. I did get to try one. And then we just have more of the same pies, cakes, whatever types of desserts that you can find that you can just have a little bite of, like a cupcake, a donut, or a macaron. And they also have a s'more station, which you can see there a little bit.
All right, I was very pleasantly surprised to see their gelato selection included not 1, but 2 of my favorite flavors in one gelato. We have cherry amaretto being my favorite flavor of all time, and cherry being my favorite fruit. So let's dig in here. I'm very excited for this. This is divine. This is so good. It's exactly what it sounds like. It's a light. That's the best way I can describe it. It's very light, even being amaretto and cherry. It's extremely light. You know, not to get too poetic about why I love amaretto, but it just really floats on your tongue. Like this thing, it has wings, but this is really, really good gelato. All right, now here I have a little cronut. This is with the donut section. I love cronuts, but let's give this a try. The cronut really is the perfect donut. Flaky, crispy, all of that sugar on the outside, delicious. It almost reminds me of a churro a little bit. Like the crispiness, the flakiness. Churros aren't really flaky, but the crunchiness, I guess you could say. This is delicious. Okay, right here we have the bazooki, which I already had a bite taken out of it. We did not get it like that. My mother took a bite out of it, but it is too sweet for her. So instead of getting my own, I'm just going to share this one. You know, I've been having a lot of food, so share when you can. That's a buffet strategy. That way you get to try everything. So it's bazooki style. It's a chocolate chip cookie, and it's been left doughy in the middle, hard outside. Oh, that's really gooey. Crispy on the edges. So this looks like it's going to be really good. This is almost straight up cookie dough. If you're a big fan of cookie dough, you'll really like this. I'm a little ambivalent on it. I think it's okay. It really is cookie dough. I said crispy on the edges. That crisp kind of goes away when you get the rest of it. What I will say I really like about it is it has walnuts in it as well. The walnuts add that bit of crunch that's kind of lacking because it's cookie dough. So the walnuts are really good. The chocolate's good. I think this is a good dessert if you're a big fan of cookie dough. Much in the same lane as the Bazooki, I have a creme brulee splitting with my mom. She took a bite, but it's my turn. So let's give this a try here. Okay, it's got really nice flavor. The texture I'd say is more similar to a flan than the typical creme brulee I'm used to. It's pretty firm for a creme brulee. I know creme brulee is supposed to be somewhat firm, but this is practically flan. And on top of it practically being flan, the crust is not that crunchy. It's not that like flambéed on. That doesn't mean this isn't delicious. Like it's very delicious. Just not what I'm looking for from like a creme brulee. So out of the 3 desserts that I've tried, which they have a big selection, I'm gonna go, get some more stuff. The cronut takes the cake for me. All right, so for our last 2 desserts here, this one wasn't labeled, but I'm here the day before Easter. It's like a little robin's egg. Oh, there it goes, but you can get a better look at the underside. Oh, it's like a Cadbury egg type thing, like half of a Cadbury egg with, I believe there's probably gonna be some sort of white chocolate in here, but it's very pretty. Nice little chocolatey dessert, seasonally appropriate. I think this one's more so for the aesthetics and the holiday at hand than it is for, its dessert flavor. And then here I have carrot cake, which is one of my favorite types of cake. I think tres leches still takes the cake for turn of phrase, but carrot cake comes at a close second for me. So on the side here, carrot cake is spiced apples, and it really elevates the whole cake. The cake itself is very sweet, especially with the frosting, and those spiced apples just bring like a nice little punch into it. I think the addition of those spiced apples makes this, I think, the best dessert here. I think I still prefer the cronut, but I think that's just a lot of inherent bias. Like the cronut and the gelato, I'm like inherently biased towards because those are my favorites. But like with the spiced apple, this carrot cake is really, really good. So we just finished our meal. They give you about 2 hours or like an hour and a half about. We got there at like 2:40 something and our leave time was 2:30. We left before then because we finished eating. But overall, I think the Wynn actually is better. I think we enjoyed our time there more. For one, the atmosphere is a lot better than Bacchanal. We just got a really good seating at the Wynn. I feel like we got kind of a room that was more away from the chaos. There is still like a main dining hall that's like kind of chaotic in there. It would seem like nearer to the buffet. But we got one that was a little further away that was honestly better seating versus the Bacchanal. We kind of were seated somewhere pretty chaotic. I think the Wynn also had just higher quality. Even if the Bacchanal had a lot more variety, I think the food we had at the Wynn was just a lot better in quality. I think we'd rather come back here than the Bacchanal. I think they're both great buffets, but I think at the end of the day, the Wynn is going to take the cake. So thank you guys for watching.